share this too. To manage. There we go. Good. Okay, mute. Go here. To that one. Share. If you guys are hearing my voice, please share this. I'm about to go live in just a few seconds. Just making sure I got this up here. Bam! Yes, we are live. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are in the beautiful planet Earth. Dr. Skinner here with 1028 Live. I've got everything up and going. I've got the chat room available. I've got Debbie. Debbie's on board. Justin is here, and I expect more to join because I've got a special treat tonight. Sir Earl Toon Jr., yes, the legend himself from Kool the Gang. I'm going to take him off hold now so I can bring him on. I've been waiting all night. There's the bell. Oh, there he is. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Julian Morgan, right?
Oh, yeah. What's up? What's up?
That's not Sir Earl. Sir Earl is over off camera. He's coming back. Here he comes.
Oh, yeah. I had to give me some cranberry.
He was getting a little comfortable.
Yeah, get a little comfortable here with my dear brother. What's up?
Got my sparkling ice tonight.
Come on, I'm the younger one. I can grab it, man.
Oh, my cheeks are going to start.
We got to set it up right.
We ate all the grapes before we even did it.
Yeah, before we even do anything.
It took the last one like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh.
We just did a video shoot. Mm-hmm.
Now I want to eat something.
He's looking around. Yeah.
We just did a video shoot, man. It was absolutely fantastic.
Do tell.
Go ahead, tell him, man.
Yeah, I have the song called "You I Want" that I wrote a while back, but we shot a video to it. It had like choreography. We had the girls and the couches and the red walls. It was dope. It was real dope. The vibe was amazing. Yeah.
Silent, profound. Yeah. Limo riding, good looking.
We did a show yesterday, and young girls, man, try to eat. I said, wait a minute now. I couldn't believe I said, this is like, remind me, like, wait a minute. This is like from the time of the Beatles to the time of Justin Bieber. It's like, what? And they were just loving it, man. So
it was a great time. I definitely had like an.
You know, I'm very proud of him, man. I'm proud of him, and I know that when people get to see him perform, and more than anything, as a singer, very well, it'll speak for itself by his recordings and his performance. But as a musician, I have the utmost respect for him, and he's only going to get better. This is just the beginning. And now he plays keyboards, he plays trumpet, man.
No way. Not many do that. So just the trumpet or other brass?
Well, I dabble in like the trombone and the French horn. My parents I started with the trumpet when I was younger, and then as time went on, they knew like I loved it so much, and then they just started throwing other instruments at me. And I was like, okay, I guess, you know. But they're all different, but I love them all, you know. But trumpet was definitely the first like brass instrument like I really got into.
It's nice to bring that back in. It seems like it's one of the many instruments that are just fading away. You just don't hear it much anymore unless you go to like a jazz bar, but that's about it.
But guess what? What I'm about to do with certain arrangements that we're putting together and certain music, even, and I can't give it away, but even that makes you dance. I'll just say it like that. We have certain things, not only for him with his trumpet, with him playing trumpet, that I have ideas for, but also for his guitar. And his guitar is absolutely fabulous with him playing on it. And you know what a guitar is, right?
That I'm having two ideas. I'm thinking the Indian thing that the Beatles use, and then that's not a guitar, it's a slide guitar.
Oh yeah, sure. No. He'll show you.
Okay.
Between both of those. And it is both of those things. It's both of those. But hey man, you're talking about some rawness, some unbelievable like wow sounds, and the way he can play, man, and play it.
I know you see this, man.
Oh, that I was thinking of a sitar. That's what I was thinking of.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, man?
Wow.
Yeah, it's sick, man. It's a rolling. It's gorgeous. And
Oh yeah, he's gonna be.
you know?
It's gonna be killing him, man.
That's sweet.
We don't want to give too much away. We don't want to give too much away.
No, okay.
Too much away, and that's not all. You understand? I mean, believe me, man. It's he's gonna have people, and especially the ladies, gonna say. It's like if you and look and without anyone getting upset with me, because I know there's a lot of people. These guys, if I name some names, I have the utmost respect for, because they were my friends. And I'm talking about we not only did shows together, but we shared each other's ideas and dreams. So when I say that, watch this, watch how I frame this.
Okay.
I believe that he could be not just like, if you will, the likes of who's out now, like John Legend, but no, it's a whole nother situation. Can you imagine the makings of another type of Prince?
No.
That's on that type of level, believe me. As a songwriter, as a producer, as an engineer, as an arranger, as a musician, and as a singer. Do I have to say anything more? Watch. Remember, I said this. I said this live when you watch. Believe me.
No, I would never doubt from you, Earl. And
do I know
a lot to live up to now.
I'm just sitting here. I'm like, oh, okay.
Do you know? Let me ask you something, Doc. And I say this respectfully. Whenever you've seen me any place, be it performance or anything that I've ever done, has it always been quality?
Oh, quality and a higher classy word of that I can't even think of right now. Another echelon. The first moment I met you.
So let me say this. Can you imagine? That's the reason why I say guys like Michael Jackson that gave me love and gave me applause, and like Prince. And so I'm saying to you, it's respectfully, I'm the only protege of Otis Blackwell, the man that wrote the biggest songs for Elvis Presley. I'm the one that wrote, Yahoo! Celebrate good times, come on. We're gonna celebrate your party with celebration and get down on it, ladies. But I'm saying to you is that you will see in time that when others say, how could he make a statement like that? That then they may say, you know what? He was being very honest with us. That most definitely, he has the potential to further himself as being that which the world looks at today as a living star, superstar in the making. That's what I'm saying.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Wow, thank you. That took it home for me. Like, wow.
That's real. And guess what? When Marvin Gaye wanted me to go on the road with him, and I couldn't, because and not that I couldn't, I didn't want to leave Otis, but when he saw me at the Palladium in England, and he saw me at the Palladium, and here I am, and you see Marvin Gaye comes through, and all of a sudden he says, "You mean to tell me that you come on the road with these bums and you wouldn't come on the road with me?" I mean, for real. I mean, the likes of guys like that, the likes of from Dick Clark to that I've met that have given me love, man, and that have helped me. I'm talking about Otis introduced me from the likes of Count Basie, Duke Ellington. I used to go get for Lionel Hampton cream cheese and lox and coffee and stuff and donuts for them for their rehearsals, brother. I'm that kid. And the Brill Building, 1619 Broadway, West 50th Street, Suite 604, Otis Blackwell Productions, and Earl Toon, spelled Otis backwards, Cito Music, SITO. This is real talk.
Wow. Wow.
I'm talking about the things that I've been blessed with, man. Leonard Bernstein, his daughter, Leonard Bernstein's daughter had me to sing for her New Year's Eve with the Cardinals there, the mayor, the dignitaries, and so over 12,000 people in the street at St. John the Divine. And Jamie Bernstein is her name. And I sang something she wrote for her father with a 20-member choir. and being the lead on that. I'm telling you is that some things, this is at the tip of the iceberg that I've seen. By the grace of God, I've been inducted. I don't even know if you know this. I've been inducted 3 years ago in the Grammy Hall of Fame.
Yeah, 57th annual, right?
Oh no, that was for the Old Rugged Clause.
Oh, yes. Okay.
I was inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame just 2 years ago.
Dude, that's awesome. Yeah, I was
with the likes of James Brown, Bob Dylan, the likes of Louis Armstrong, the likes of Miles Davis, and a few others. I got, but 2 years ago, almost, or 2 years ago, 3 years ago, again, not me, not being a religious fanatic, but by God's grace, I was given the Lifetime Achievement Award from President Obama.
Wow.
For music, for things I've done, I do it for the communities. And so,
yes.
All right.
You were an inspiration for me to help the community.
With the band getting a star on Hollywood, the star on the Hollywood star, I mean, I'm saying to you is that, so for me to say, and I say this respectfully when I say this kid is going to be a superstar, the only thing that we need to have is not just up to him, it's up to that marketing, promotion, video, distribution, and there's a lot, and you know where it comes in. There's a lot of people out here that are unbelievable, but first they haven't had the opportunity, or if they had the opportunity, there wasn't a follow through. So I'm saying that he has the potential with all to do right by him, to give him that chance for the world to say yay or nay. He will be considered in time. Believe me, just from his writing songs alone, man, this guy reminds me so much, not that he writes like him, but he writes quality songs. And I say respectfully, you know who's one of my guys that I love too? It's Lionel Richie. Come on now.
Yeah, totally.
Andy Williams. Come on now. Bob Dylan. Come on now. I mean, Paul
that told a story. That not just a bunch of made up words with a vocal box or something.
Yeah.
Right.
Not just symbolism and devil stuff in the background. I mean, quality music. And I just mentioned to another guest 2 weeks ago that I hung my headphones up. I don't want to DJ no more because what's requested is just brainwash stuff. It's not quality music. And if young man, if you bring that back, I will promote you and do whatever it takes to let the world hear you. Because that's what we need. But it's got to be the younger generation. We've got people like Sir Earl and these other legends, thank God, still have some around. But having this opportunity, you have like the ultimate Mr. Miyagi on your side right now, who can help you notice where pitfalls are that a lot of us older gents, we fell in or had to climb our way out of. So just always remember that. And my number one rule that I was running Icon Studios in Dallas, all my clients, I didn't care who they were, what they did. And I know he's instilled this in you, but just for the public, you want to be big in this business, be good to everyone you meet. You never know who you're coming across. You never know. So I'll always, that's what they mean by stay grounded. But you've got the ultimate Miyagi. I'm not worried. That's why if anybody else told me, came up and said, oh, I got this guy, he's going to be like the next Prince. No, you've got street cred from the man himself. So you saw, I was just like, I won't doubt it at all. So I'm excited to hear your new stuff and see this video. So how long have you been doing your thing?
So I've been playing piano since I was 6. I'm 22 now. I've been singing. I mean, I grew up in church, just singing in choir. And, I used to play piano during offerings, and they were like, wait a minute, you can sing? I'm like, yeah, I mean, I dabble in it, like I do a little something. Like, no, you can sing. And I was like, oh, we'll see. And then as I grew up, like in school, they ended up messing up my schedule. And they're like, oh, well, the only class we got available for you is chorus. And I was like, okay, we'll see how it goes. Because like I said, I play the trumpet. So I was in band class. You know what I'm saying? I joined chorus and, I started singing every day. And, as time went on, I really started like singing at different places and open mics. And I was like, I actually enjoy like singing and stuff. And you know, I had the opportunity my senior year to sing upstate at this all-state convention, and I got this chance to sing the song. You know, I know you know the song "I Wish" by Stevie Wonder, with a whole all-state jazz band behind me, and it was like that blew my head off my body. Like I was like, wow. But just the energy I had and just the energy I was getting from the people, and then like just I started scatting with the jazz, like with the saxophones and the trumpets, and I was just having so much fun. You know what I mean? I'm like, wow, this is what people do. Like it was amazing. But that's what kind of opened my eyes just straight about my head. I was like, this is crazy. And like Stevie Wonder is one of like my idols, like somebody I really look up to. As far as obviously I'm a pianist, so I'm like Stevie Wonder's the man, you know. So just to sing his song on stage with a band that consisted of 50 people, like it wasn't like a small band, it was a big band playing that song. I'm singing, got people, big crowd just dancing. I'm like, wow.
You got a big taste of it.
Yeah, it's like that's how I was like, I can't get enough of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That thing is real. That whole thing where you can catch it. It is contagious.
Yeah.
It can be a lifelong thing.
Yeah.
Usually is no matter what, but welcome aboard.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow. Yeah. You're
good about it, man.
With him in your corner, you're gonna go places. So, and Earl, I'm really excited to see. Did you make a cameo in the video?
What's up? I was telling him before, and then he just kind of like, I don't think he took me serious. You know, I said it to him. Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, you still got shoots, or you done with the shoot?
I mean, we could shoot a little more stuff tomorrow and stuff, but as far as like the choreography and like the extra stuff,
the major.
Yeah, like,
well, you got to throw him in as a nod.
That's what I'm saying. Either like a wink,
you gotta let the man give you a nod in the video. Or if he's a little camera shy, just get an old poster or a picture of him from Old Rugged Cross. Just have it like a billboard in the background.
Honestly, that's a good idea.
There you go.
Matter of fact, I don't even know if you ever heard of Old Rugged Cross. He's never heard of the Old Rugged Cross.
Oh, really?
No, he's never. I don't know because. Look, I'm just one of not, and I won't say many. I'm one of a few that truly see the talent in him and love him, and that have even been on the road before me to do all that they could to make sure that he's given the opportunity. And so, however that you understand that we can bless each other for this to manifest itself to be something really spectacular, because we are the good guys. We want people to be able to benefit from our wonderful fortune, and understand something. It's not like we don't have no hills and valleys and bumps and stuff like that. Oh, believe me. And
we've been on how many phone calls together?
You know, but in saying that, one of the things that I realize is that it is true. Too much is given, much is required or expected.
Yeah, that's the truth. That's definitely the truth.
You know, and sometimes we may not want that. Look, I'm accountable not just to myself. I'm accountable to everyone that I care about now, that I honor, that I appreciate, that I respect. And the reason why I am is because it what fans my flame that even at times I'm running on empty. You'd be surprised. I know that somebody's praying for me somewhere right now. Somebody's thinking something about me and a good thing and hoping the best for me. Matter of fact, somebody may have been even a little angry with me and said, you know what, but God, just have mercy on him. And you know what? Because I'm not perfect. I may drop the ball sometimes, but I try to minimize the risk of failure. It's very, very important. And I try to be fair as much as, matter of fact, even more so than to myself. See, because I know that there are many times that we are misjudged, and that's why I don't like judging anyone. But I can tell you this, Doc, that for what it's worth, there's going to be some wonderful celebrations about to happen. No pun intended. No pun intended, brother. No pun intended. But I'm so happy to see you, man. I'm so happy to know that you're in the saddle, man. You're on the road, you're on the journey, and you're knocking them out, because you have always done that from the very first time that we met. So many people that I know that you have helped and helped change lives, man. And from corporations to nonprofit organizations to charities, that directly and indirectly, some things that exclusively, non-exclusively, even some of the same people that you still uplift and honor. Um, you've come to their rescue many times, man. So what I saw in you was more than just that guy they call Doc. That's just the fix-it guy. To make it, unlike Trump's fix-it guy, you understand what I'm saying? I mean, you know, a real fix-it guy that make it really work, and make it work in a way that was gentlemanlike and above board. But dear brother, you got wonderful things for you, wonderful things for you to happen, wonderful things for you to occur. Yes, indeed.
Stop, man. We're a bunch of guys. You're gonna make me cry.
Oh no, but it's true. I mean, that's one of the things about speaking the truth, is that it's easy. And you know what? It will always be the same, because when it's true, you never have to change it.
That's why I love talking with you, man. You're like, he's a guru. Hold on to him. I'm telling you.
Like like anybody else, man. I'd be like one of the
yes. But that's why I love you, man. Because you know we've called each other just crap is just not going our way, or just tragedy, and we're able to just talk to each other. That's what I love about you. Whereas I don't know, it's just I didn't even know who you were officially after the first day we met on set for the music video for High Gear. By the way, if anybody wants to see it, it's JC All Stars, High Gear on YouTube. Pretty cool, I think. And I hung out with Earl all day. We got into some deep intellectual conversations, and he was just like a brother. We became brothers that day. And then I go home and I'm looking on Facebook. I'm like, Sir Earl Toon from Kool the Gang. I'm like, what? But because, you know, like everybody else, I grew up with that, with Celebration and Lazy Night. I mean, we had the big record. There was these things made out of wax that they would squeeze, and they were called records.
Oh my God.
But, yeah, right. And you know, I remember my dad, we threw a surprise party for him. He came in and I laid the needle down. Celebration was playing. And it became like a tradition in our house, along with popping bottles in the kitchen, and wherever the cork hit on the ceiling, we'd write the little special event.
Oh, wow.
All right. That's copyright trademark Dark Skinner, by the way. Okay. But yeah, you have, you know, you were a part of my life way before we became brothers. I mean, it's I can't top what you said to me, and I want to. you're phenomenal. So thank you.
No, but you know what, dear brother, thank you. But I want you to know this, because one time we spoke about certain things in our reaction, and I told someone actually said to me, saw me actually said to me, well, outright, and I'm paraphrasing, says, well, you know, Toon, you're not like Jesus, you know, and you seem like this perfect guy, and I know that I said, no, man, I get angry and get mad, and I can lose it. And so it says, see, well, that's what I'm talking about. See, sometimes people try to hard to be like Jesus, but no, Jesus was about love, and Jesus was about that. I said, wait, time out. I said, understand something. I said, maybe you don't know the Bible that well, and I said not to get into religion, but I know I'm far away from ever being in perfection as that, which is Jesus. But I said, I remember that he went inside the temple and turned over a couple of chairs and some tables.
He was angry.
And he was angry. And guess what? People didn't walk out, they ran out. And he said, how dare you do this in my father's house? They said, they were stunned. They said, Jesus? I said, yes. Jesus was angry. He ran them out. See, I said, so if he can turn over a couple tables and chairs, who am I not to? Heads. You know what I'm saying? So the point I'm making is that we are man, human. We are of the flesh. We feel. We emotional. We know what loss is. We know what. See, I was supposed today. I wanted to do something, but I didn't. By the grace of God, I'll be able to do it tomorrow, and I would want to send it to you too. There's a book I would love for everyone, if they can hear my voice, to go out and get this book, not for themselves, but for someone else. But to read it first themselves, and then they can share it. They probably won't give it away. They might have to go get another one, but it's called The Prophet by Kahlil Gibran. The Prophet. Kahlil, K-A-H-I-L, Gibran, I think it's G-A-B-R-A-N. And in this book, which I wanted to give them today, and I didn't. I'm here and Eric, was that, and even for Leo, it's a book that you give someone that you truly honor, that you truly respect, that you truly admire, and it's a good book to even give to a stranger that seems to be in need, that you may have and say, and it might be you will see maybe frustrated going through something, because it speaks about a prophet that was leaving at this town, this village. And Doc, all the villagers that was there said, before you leave, they didn't want him to go, but they said, speak of us of marriage, speak of us of friendship, speak of us of love, speak of us of time, speak to us of family, speak to us of death, speak to us of marriage, and everything he spoke on. And you'll be able to read this book, not even 2 hours, maybe even an hour. But guess what will happen, Doc? You'll read it over and over and over again. And I would like to give that as a gift, a Christmas gift, to you and your followers, and for them to buy this book, not just for yourselves, but pick 2 of them up. And I promise you, whoever you give it to will sincerely know that you care about them.
Wonderful. Man, everything you're doing is just, you're a big angel. I love you.
Oh, brother, I hope to be pleasing in his sight, and sometimes I not. See, that's where grace comes in at, and that's where mercy comes in at, because a lot of times, brother, I'm worthy of the best because like you are, because we're his children. We're the sons and daughters of the Most High. We are the heirs of that said, let there be light, and there was light. We are the heirs of the creator of creation.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So there are a lot of times we battle with ourselves because deep down inside in our DNA, we are of royalty. Matter of fact, we're above that which is royalty. So that's the reason why I'm saying to you is that it's so very, very, very important that however we can support each other, even if it's just a hello, even if it's just a prayer, or just well wishes that we do for each other. And I promise you, it will make a difference on this planet. I mean it, I tell you.
It's a big difference. And that's what another thing that I'm trying to instill with my company, with other companies up here, is instead of us trying to claw our way to the top, like most business owners, most celebrity wannabes, actors, singers, help uplift each other and let's rise together.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm all about, especially cross promoting. Like I said, I will promote the heck out of you. As long as it's good music, which I know it is if you're working with Earl. So I'm really excited about that. And that's the generation we need. We've had a huge hiccup in the music industry. Yeah. Or not even a hiccup, just a drop of intelligence.
But it's getting better now, though.
It is. But it's like there's no originality. Everything's a remake.
Everybody sounds the same.
Huh?
Yeah. Not
Everybody
more-
sounds the same.
right.
Exactly. It's all because of the vocalizer machine thing, you know?
Yeah.
So
But what I'm but I gotta say that there are some, and when I say youngsters, only because of the fact that they're more than 15 years younger than me. As much and here's one thing too, as much as I can ever teach him, he'll be teaching me. And because of that is what I'm saying. If others, old schoolers like myself, because I let it be known, old schoolers are alive and well, especially with me. But I promise you, guys like you don't even know, like a G LeBeau. G LeBeau is unbelievable, unbelievable talent. I got guys that I know that are producers and writers and arrangers that haven't given the opportunity that I have. Look, I am one of those guys that because of me being at the right place at the right time, we were able to make history.
mhm.
And there's so many others that are just as talented as I am. Maybe some less than one thing, but more than another. The bottom line is that I promise you, giving them the opportunity, they will be doing amazing things. And so what I want to do is make sure on my watch that I give, and respectfully I say youngsters, such as he, the opportunity to be able to express oneself. That people say, wow, can they do that? And like I named the name G LeBeau, I promise you, I can name other names right now. And respectfully, there's some people that I might have made, not to forget, but I'm telling you, you got guys like Leo Jackson that's out there. You got Eric, you got people that are doing things that are trying their best to do unto others to help them
Mhm.
and help them in any and every way. You
It just
know?
feels better when you help others. Like when I did Icon Studios, it was better to make a bunch of people famous and know, hey, I had a part in that. You know, that was enough for me. But it was better than me trying to struggle to be the next Leonardo DiCaprio.
Mm.
I used to look like, well, a long time ago. Anyway,
No, you can
I used to have hair then. But
no, you can say it. You can
it's
really
just,
say it.
it's I find personally more, it's better than any money or material things could be, or being in the limelight by yourself. I rather know a bunch of young people in the beginning and just knowing, hey, I had a little bit of a help to in that direction. I don't have kids of my own. I got no wife or anything. So it's like I want to pass something on. And one thing that you just made me think of, Earl, is I'm in the process. I have a lot of things going on up here on the mountain. And I got a couple of questions for you from the audience. But I want to open a film studio. It's more like a dream center, you might say. It's going to be a film school, music school with a recording studio, sound stage. It can also be used as a concert venue, but all of the employees will be local. And I want to incorporate the high school film students and the college film students to come and do real world experience, like Full Sail used to be back when I went. It was 300 students. Now there's like 30 million. And give them the opportunity to graduate with a demo reel and a resume, not just a degree, you know, and then they serve coffee. So I would like to have you guys, when that time comes, I got to work with, you know, the state and investors or find angel investors to help with that, but have you guys come to the school and maybe teach a workshop or come speak, inspire. That's just what I'm envisioning right now. You know how I'm always thinking on the fly. So
no, that sounds fantastic, and that's something that, well, you know, I've done things for the Grammy U. I've done, well, because, you know, because I had to, because on our watch, this is what I'm saying. I mean, you look, I don't say this because of ego. I'm the president of the America's Chamber for Business, which was the America's Arlington's Latino Chamber of Commerce, over 36 different chambers and 16 different countries. I'm not bilingual, but the reason why I am is because of what I do and what I've done and will continue to do for all. And it's united we stand.
mm-hmm.
It's about unity. I don't care what religion you are. I don't care what country you come from. I don't care what you put. You could be Republican, Democrat, you're conservative. I don't care if you're straight, you're gay. I don't care if you're rich, you're less than have. I don't care if there's so many other things I can say. It makes no difference to me. As long as you truly have a light in you for love. And understand something. That's hard because it's not about just turning the other cheek at times. There are times that you got to stand up for what's right. And that's not that's not just to keep your eyes closed or and say, okay, no, it's about sometimes having the fight, but fight in the right way. Not trying to maim or to kill or to destroy. Fight in ways that says, look, we can do this together. We can have different opinions too of things. We can see that, Doc, you and I can see things differently, but when we have the Creator, our Heavenly Father, in the midst of what we do, oh my gosh, the left, the right of us, the top, the bottom, the in and out, and the through and through. Really?
Yeah, man.
Because when I pray, when I ask when I pray? When I do pray and when I'm allowed to think this, when I say allowed to, because sometimes it's not that you think, some things come to you because it needs to be said. And I say at times, I say often, like the animals of air and the animals of land and the animals of sea, I bow down myself to give thanks. Because everything does. Insects, everything that lives, that breathes. Yes.
See, he just leaves you speechless.
Yeah.
That's real.
That is so real.
That's real. So we're supposed to be how could we not? How could we not when they instinctively do? How could we not? Because we know that it's in us. We know that there are certain things that we know that we were born out of. Do you know that there are times in your lives, in our lives, that we could not have been here today and we don't even know it? But because of His grace, He said, look, I'm going to move your keys over here. You can't find them for 10 minutes. And took you another round, and there was you don't even know that you could have been a part of it. Woo! Come on, man.
Right on.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
That's real.
It's as real as it gets, man. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm still asking Him to give me the chance and opportunity to also do music. Luminous Sounds is actually Trey there is did a mix for me to hear. I haven't heard it. They couldn't believe I left Dallas and not because I said I was coming here. It was like, are you serious? You got this record? I mean, really? Luminous Sounds. You know what I'm talking about?
Luminous songs or Julian songs?
No, Luminous Recording Studio.
Oh, in Dallas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did the mix on one of my new things. And I still haven't heard it.
Really?
Because I'm here with him. That's how important this is.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And I know that by His grace, whatever will happen with that will. I'm not worried about that. And they're like, well, why? Because you know, and that's why he brought up when I did the Old Rugged Claws, it was a demo that they went and mixed, and it became it was nominated for the 57th Annual Grammy Award. Am I right or wrong? Right. And it was a demo of mine.
Of course it was.
And I didn't campaign for it. I didn't push it. I didn't do anything like that. And it was given consideration for the 57th Annual Grammy Award.
It was divinely led to them or something. I don't know. But yeah, it was divine intervention.
But everyone that hears it, have you heard it, Doc?
Yeah, I have it. I got everything. The bios, all that stuff from when we were working on promoting it.
When you heard it, do you still like it? How do you feel about it still?
I still love it.
Can you imagine that I don't know when the last time I've heard that, man, but everybody that has heard it, people that didn't know said, Toon, I saw this record of yours and I got it too.
There-
Why
there-
you never put this out? I'm like, because I didn't.
It's against the grain, you know, and of what's out there right now. And on top of that, they're used to you doing this kind of stuff. So it could be a shock to the system that, whoa, you know, and artists do that. They'll take a drastic turn, and you know, it can be hard to get it going because everybody's like, that doesn't sound like them.
Because I wouldn't say, and not that look, I love gospel music. My father is a reverend. My father was a gospel, rock and roll singer and a gospel singer. My first song I sang in church was Yes, Jesus Loves Me. For the Bible tells me so. I love gospel music and Christian music, but I'm not going to say that I'm a gospel singer or Christian. I'm just a singer, performer, writer. On anything, I write country and western just as good as I write funk. You understand? Get the rump up, believe me. And I turn around and write something, you know, that you. Okay, so but that was a song that was over 100 years old, the old rugged cross, and every time I heard it was so, an old rugged cross. I'm like, and the way that it happened, it was a kid that was doing something for a school, and he told me one day if I ever would help him, would he ask me would I help him? Yes, and he actually wanted it, but he didn't know how to ask me. And his friend said, you know, he's doing this thing. I said, well, why didn't he ask me? He said, well, he was too afraid to. So I said, okay, and I thought, I'll do something with you, fine. He said, well, this is what they want me to do. And I said, okay. I'm like, what? And the rest was history because I said, look, I can't do this like grandma. I got to take it up and do something else. Hey, do you have it there?
Yeah, I got the.
If you can find it, if you can play it, a little bit of it, I would love that because he's never heard it. And maybe
You're not gonna find me for playing it, are you?
Oh
Yeah.
no,
YouTube and Facebook.
no. I'm telling you.
I know.
Publisher, writer.
All right, but YouTube, I've got the man right here telling me it's okay. So
yeah, that's right. That's right.
Let me.
And it's over 100 years old, so it's public domain. I took it and flipped it, and matter of fact, if you go out and get it now, all the proceeds, guess what? I don't get any of them. Guess where they go back to, Doc?
Where?
It goes back to nonprofit organizations, charities. Give a Kid a Coat that I have. If you go to Give a Kid a Coat, COAT.org, it goes to that and other charities. I don't take nothing from that, man.
Well, I mean, let me see. Now, I don't know if we're going to be able to hear this very well because I don't. Let me just say, but I've got it. Hold on.
You got some speakers there?
Let me turn it up.
Yeah.
Is that too blurry? Or
No.
can you hear it?
It's a little blurry. Yeah.
What? Wait, hold on. It's either you or that. What did you say?
Yeah, no. It's a little blurry. That's okay.
Okay. Well, tell them where they can go get it. I know they
go to Amazon. They can go to Google Play. They can go to what's another one?
iTunes at all?
Amazon,
iTunes.
Spotify.
No, you know what? Would you believe I didn't put it on Spotify at the time because it was what was it? What was the other one?
Tidal.
No, it was before Tidal. I just had it on like 5.
It wasn't as far back as Napster. I know that.
No, it wasn't that. But the thing is that CD Baby.
Yes, CD Baby. Yeah,
CD Baby, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, and there was another one too. And when you just put in Sir Earl Toon, SIR space EARL space TOON, and put in the Old Rugged Cross, so ORC, and you'll be helping some kids, you know, and just let me know too. But there's other monies you want to go to, and you know that's fine. I mean, I give that. See, that's me letting the Lord know that I am so thankful and grateful that He still allows me to do what I was anointed to do.
Right. So I was trying to pull up a picture of you of the Old Rugged Cross so I could show them the album. I think it's the album cover, right?
Yeah, yeah. You
The
have
old
it?
Western looking one. Okay. So let me hit share so that they can see my screen. Okay, so this is the album cover. Now they can still see us, but this is the big screen is you. So there's that. And then
Yeah, that's one of them. But that's not the album cover though.
it's not that one, is it?
No, not that one. No.
I don't
Oh, you got some other, okay, keep going.
yeah, I don't have the album cover one. I thought that was the album cover. The brown one. Okay. What I was looking for, you were talking about kids for coats, and so I wanted to pull up this one.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Let me make it big. Whoops. Hold on.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
So well, if you could tell everybody about Give a Kid a Coat, because I was hoping we could raise some jackets tonight or raise some cash for you. Because Christmas is coming up.
Yeah.
And I want to do what I can to help. So
Would you believe Sunday? I left. That's why I came back. I had to leave Sunday. I did something, a little thing. The Zumba Nation, they got together. I don't know. Did you know that I had a New Year's Eve? Did you know that my house burnt down New Year's Eve?
no.
Yes, man. My house burnt down to the ground.
I just remember a year ago you were things weren't good, but you're like, man, I'm dealing with some stuff. And
Yeah.
you didn't tell me that. Because
and guess what? And a lot of those coats was there. And it put 5 tons of water in the attic, was electrical fire. And what wasn't burned was cinched, watered down because of the water and the soot and all that. And and the thing was, we came in from New Orleans because we've already over the few years given over 5,000 coats to the ND, ISD and RSD and stuff like that. And we had got some coats also in Louisiana, and we had coats waiting for us to give to foster moms and foster grandmas. New Year's Eve was on a Sunday. So on that Sunday morning, that's what we were going to do. And the rest was history, man. They said that, I could, first of all, because it was so cold, we had our gas heater on. And if it wasn't for actually Carla saying that I'm turning this gas off, I'm like, what are you doing? I said, don't do that. I said, we'll be freezing in here. She says, no, we had to go to church anyway. So I need to do, I'm like, okay. She turned it off. They told me 2 things happened. It was not even a foot away in the attic from the fire. If that didn't happen, the whole house would have blown up. That's what lets me know how great that was. The other thing was, when she asked me, she came out because I was in the living room part and I checked the Jack and Jill room when I came in, the studio, the office room and all that. And then go back into the sitting room and the master bedroom and all that. She came out to find out what was going on with me. And she asked me what was I cooking. I said, what do you mean what I'm cooking? I said, I'm not cooking nothing, but I couldn't smell anything because my body was, already to the smell. I guess acclimated to, the smell.
Yeah, right.
So what happened was she went outside twice. She put on a jacket and stuff to look. There was nothing around. So I laughed. I said, well, look, we're in Texas. Somebody might be barbecuing. She says, cold as it is, no one's barbecuing in Texas, but it was like a little joke. Doc, not even 10 minutes after that, she went back in from the living room to go into the sitting room, going to the master bedroom. And it was smoke all around, started screaming. I called the 911. I had to get my clothes and stuff together. And I looked at all my collectibles and all my, from my
your history.
From my BMI awards to my, but it was a stillness. And you know what? I was thinking, and I heard her screaming, but it was like far away to get out the house. And I said, everything's gonna be all right. I said, and I saw all the coats there. I said, I know. I said, God, I know you got this. And I wasn't afraid. It was the strangest thing. I felt so calm. It was like, I couldn't hear nothing. It was so quiet. It was so quiet. All of a sudden, these firemen come in and bust in And they literally almost like picked me up to come me out. And I had to just grab my jacket. I'm like, what's going on? They said, sir, you got to get out of here, and pull me out. And when I came out, the roof was on fire. You could see fire jumping off the roof and stuff and all over. And it was the coldest day still at that time that was in Dallas, Texas, was New Year's Eve. And I looked at that, I was like, this can't be happening. And guess what? When we were allowed to go back in, you could look up at the sky in the living room, in the dining room, the hallway, in the Jack and Jill room, the studio, and the kitchen. I mean, everything was that you could see the sky. And all the coats that we had for the kids. What was interesting, the reason why I'm telling you the story is that Fox, NBC, CBS, I think it was ABC, they came down and did an interview for me, and I spoke about what happened. And someone called them back a few days later and said they wanted to try to help me. And there was another organization, and the guy asked them, why do you want to help them when you do coats? They said, because when the gentleman was speaking about all the things that he lost, he didn't say a word about that. The only thing he spoke about was the coats for the kids, because those were the things that I was supposed to do that day.
Yeah.
I felt so bad I couldn't get those kids. Those coats that hurt me, man. Still hurts me to think about it. So I'm we didn't know what to do this year because we still didn't have the home there. There's so many things was awry. And so, but the Zuma Nation for Zuma there got together, and not all of them got put together because they couldn't get in contact with each other. But the ones that did come, and I thanked them, and I thanked the ones that didn't come because they didn't know. We didn't do the count of the coats yet, but I believe it was maybe over. I'm hoping it was over 200 coats. It was not like we raised before thousands of coats and stuff like that. But you know what? It was the thought that counted.
Right.
So again, by God's grace, and I wasn't going to do nothing. That's why I had to be there with them, to thank them, for them to do that for me, you know. So that's what that does. Things that I do like that, and that's what I'm about to do with this new music. I want to come out so I can give, and actually, I've committed in a way of more than a lot of my proceeds to go back to those that are needy. See, look, man, the rain woke me up one morning. And I don't know if I ever told you this story, but, and I don't want to take too much time because I want him to talk and you to talk too, but I got to tell your audience this, is that when I say the rain woke me up one morning, I was in Brooklyn, New York, sleeping on a park bench with newspaper over me. And it started to rain. And it startled me because, when you're out in the elements, I didn't know what was going on. And I always tell people I didn't know when my tears ended and the rain began, or the rain ended and my tears began. And I'm gonna tell you something. That's the reason why I could write Yahoo, celebrate good times come on. We're gonna celebrate your party with you. So that's why I can write that, because I know that whatever your party is only by the grace of God. Only by the love of God.
Wow.
Only by the mercy of God. And I was on that park bench as a homeless young man. That's why I'm in a cookbook right now, a musical feast that I do things like that. And so, because I know what it is to be without. That's why I give so freely, and I give because, hey, none of this, no, we're not taking none of this. Did Steve Jobs take anything with him?
Mm-mm. Yeah.
Okay.
Money is, yeah, I told somebody today, I just can't understand it, but unfortunately we need it for things. I just wish we could all just help each other, you know?
If your audience can help me, give a kid a coat, COAT.org. We're 501c3, and we make sure that these kids have coats. I've done all I could do, and I'm up to now, and I'm going to still do it. Just this year was a little challenging. I've been going through some personal challenges, dealing with insurance people, construction people, Servpro people, art people. I mean, you have no idea. But I'm still here.
Mm.
And you've been through worse, so you just need to know you'll get through the next day.
Mm.
You survived all that, you can survive this.
I survived Katrina.
Yep.
You know this to be true.
Mm-hmm.
My place, I got love from the governor and the mayor there in Katrina doing work that was fabulous. I mean, really. I mean, the last time before Katrina happened, I was with Fats Domino, and we was at his house and we was having a wonderful time. We was in there, and that's gonna be in my book. I mean, having a wonderful time. And next thing I know, George Brown calls me from Kool the Gang, Funky George, and said, "Get out of Louisiana, New Orleans right away." I said, "George," I said, "Yeah, that's gonna come over," because they usually stop and said, "No, Toon." So I'm telling you, you gotta go this time. I fought with George about for 15 minutes about it. I said, okay, but I wasn't going. I said, okay, George, I was gonna. But someone said to me, George was so adamant about this. I said, wow. So I said, well, maybe if I leave for a day, no more than 2, come to Dallas, and then go back. It'll be like a little vacation and so and all like that. And get back on doing, I was working with this girl at the time, Danny, and finished the album. Man, the rest is history. And guess what happened? All my stuff with the Red Cross and what is it? The people FEMA was 100% wiped off. Oh, you put another picture up, yeah.
Yeah, just so you were talking about the members, so.
Right. All it was 100%. 100%. That's George Brown right there.
On the left or right of you?
On
the top.
The top, the very guy at the top. That's Funky George.
Okay.
Baddest, and that's cool next to Curtis with the glasses on, and that's his brother Ronald Bell there. I mean, that's the fellas, man. But this, you know, is that I'm telling you right now. He said for me the way he said to get out, FEMA and the Red Cross said I was 100% done. All my stuff was toast done. But you know what? They didn't give me that 1 penny for insurance. You know why? Because I didn't have any flood insurance.
Yeah.
And it was almost something similar to this thing with this fire. They're down all my instruments, all my studio equipment, dog.
Oh, Cali?
All my studio equipment is gone. And the insurance wouldn't give me a penny for any of it.
Yeah.
Because they said I should have business insurance on it, but it wasn't for my business. It was my personal studio, my man cave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But guess what though? I'm still here.
Right.
That's what I got, and that's what I'm thankful for. So he gives me another day, another way to make it right. And guess what? But this is how he blesses me. He blesses me being able to speak to you and being with a wonderful young man that I believe that will do amazing things, even greater things than that.
Well, in your case, just remember Job. More like 5-fold or 10-fold. So it's going to be good. We're going to do some big things together. I got some plans for us. Let's see. We covered everything, I think, on my list that I wanted to make sure that we covered, because I digress really bad. So we covered the band, we covered Give a Kid a Coat. Now the address is giveakidacoat.org, correct? Okay. Now also on Facebook, I noticed a donation, charity donation button for Give a Kid a Coat. That is you, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So that's all. That was actually
a little coat that says "Give a Kid a Coat," like that or so. And now they have oh, let me show you now. Oh, you got it. Yeah. Now we have another shirt that I made up the scene, and Miss Harrell liked it so much because Carla Harrell is the co-founder. Or show them. See, it says. You see what it says? You too can spread the heart is love.
Of course.
And give a kid a coat. How you like that?
I like that a lot.
And spread with the hearts, the love. Give a kid a coat.
Now you can get these at the website.
You know what? I don't know. I don't know yet because this just happening. We're behind times in a way because We're still not in the house. Well, we just got in the house. The door just came on Friday, I believe. The front door just came on. They're still working inside the house and on the outside of the house. But yeah,
it's a process. You know, my sister, I don't know if you ever met my sister Brooke, but her husband, the house that we were staying in, it exploded due to a gas leak. There was a small arc in the power, just enough to didn't trip the circuit breaker, but it caught fire to the insulation, heated up the gas line that went to the kitchen, blew out the whole back of the house. And it takes time. The smell takes time to get used to that again. You know, that
everything's got to smell that way.
You know, that after the fire burnt smell, it will stay with you, especially objects that you go and save. You have to use a special kind of alcohol.
Yeah.
To wipe it off to where it doesn't. It's a pain. I cleaned a lot of personal items, and you still can't get rid of the smell sometimes. But that is like a trigger. It's a reminder. So that takes a while to get used to. My sister, I still think, deals with that.
Yeah. No. Still here, some of the things that we just have to, you know, we are not giving anything away that we know that could be harmful to others. Of course, we've thrown away so many things. I had so many things, man. Even in the garage. I mean, I had things that you wouldn't believe, and then some people not being fair and of other things. But look, again, I gotta leave it in the hands of God that He'll work it all out. And you know what?
Well, maybe this will help. Speaking of God working out, I've been ignoring our chat room, by the way. I'm going to give a little quick shout out to the ones that are joining us. And we've got Debbie, Joey, Manuel, Thomas, Elizabeth, Michael, Mark, Jay, Chad, AJ, Amity, BB Chavez, Serge, Jesse, No, that ain't Scarlett Johansson. No, it's not. It looks like it. Joanne Steen from Australia is watching.
Hey,
she says hello. Kevin Watt from Dallas Fort Worth. Andrea Flanagan. Mike Bosley. We got some locals. Yeah, we got Shauna. Woo, Felipe. Oh, did you ever get to meet Frederick Henry, the Michael Jackson guy in Dallas? He used to do the Baja Beach Club.
No, but I heard about him.
Oh, he's coming to Vegas, baby. Let's do a meeting then. Why don't you come to Vegas? We'll go see him. He's doing a big thing with Queen and whatnot. Frederick Henry, #1 MJ impersonator on the planet. He just finished up a couple years over in Spain. So he's in Spain right now. So he's watching. So you can say hi to Spain.
Hi to Spain, but tell him that MJ most definitely was an unbelievable, great, I mean, believe me, that man was a good man, a good-hearted man. And regardless of people may say about him or have said about him, if you knew, and those that know Michael know that he could never, ever, would never, ever hurt a child. And he was so innocent in his ways of thinking and feeling and not caring, that even when it seemed to hurt him, he didn't care, because he was that honest with himself that he knew himself he wouldn't do that. There was, look, in his family, his father, Joe, I had nothing but the utmost respect for Joe. Catherine, which is one of the finest ladies that you could ever meet. And that whole family, just think about this. Mm-hmm. All those in that family, an Afro-American family, usually there's one of them that stays in jail. Most families. And I'm making a joke. That's a joke. I know. And all anybody don't be writing no letters, and so that was me being like Richard Pryor back in the day. Okay, all right. But what I'm making is that Joe did not spare the rod. He was a hands-on father, and he spanked that behind like my grandmother. My mom died when I was 4 years old, and my grandmother raised me. She used to tell me to go out and get the switches. Oh, yeah. She would bring out a tree and whoop it with it. So there was a different time how things were done back then. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that it could have not have been done better, but that's how they were brought up. And so what I'm saying to you is that Michael Jackson, more than people know, well, people should know this, has given, and unless there's been a difference now, I want to make sure that I'm not wrong by this, but at one time, there was no other that gave, at least an entertainer, maybe others now, like the head of Apple, or no Mac, Mac. Who's the head of what's his name?
Bill Gates.
Bill Gates, right?
Oh,
guess what? As far as giving charities the type of money that Michael Jackson's ever given, they didn't even know that. It was unheard of. It was unheard of. And if people will realize that maybe now, I mean, like, of course, like Green's, what is the name? Green, not Greenspan, Green, the billionaire.
Greenspan. Yeah, it's his last name.
Greenspan is his last name. And what about Buffett?
Warren Buffett.
Oh, there's Buffett and there's Soros and all those.
Yeah, I mean, but guess what? These guys automatically, outside of industry, had billions of dollars. Here's a guy from Gary, Indiana. It's like the woman that Jesus told his disciples that all these people that gave monies and stuff and all this, and she only like gave him a penny or 2 pennies, whatever the story was. And he said she gave the most.
Oh, she oiled his feet. Isn't that the same?
No, the one wasn't the one that gave him something. Wasn't it just like a 2? That's all she gave was a penny or something like that, a pence. It was something, I forgot what. And you know, and let one of the listeners that know the story to know that those people gave a lot of monies, and so, but it was one lady that, and Jesus said to the disciples, she was the one that gave the most, because she gave all that she had.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about. So you let your friend know is that impersonating Michael Jackson to me is impersonating one of the best.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's been doing it since '91.
Wow.
In Dallas. I mean, full Vegas show. And that's what I'm saying. If you want to go in February, he's going to be in Vegas.
I would love if he would have me to come to a show, because the guy that was doing Michael's impersonations there in Vegas at the tower, my God, the Stratosphere. They had a restaurant at the Stratosphere, the top of the Stratosphere. I had Nathan's hot dogs there, okay, with family and so. Watch this. I'm telling you that the gentleman that did the Michael Jackson then, guess who I brought to the show? Not Michael. You know who I brought to a show?
Oh.
Michael's father.
Oh, then it's the same. It's the same guy, because he has a photo of him with Joe.
Well, then ask him if he knows, if that's the same guy.
Okay, Freddie. I know you're
what?
watching, Freddie. It's like 4 a.m. over in Spain or something.
Ask Freddie, does he know me? I'm the one that brought Joe there.
Okay.
If he was in Vegas.
We'll make it happen. I'll hook you guys up.
Glasses. And so tell him I'm from the Kool the Gang with the believe me.
Okay.
Yeah. And ask him, was he at the Stratosphere? Because if he was at the Stratosphere, then he is the guy.
I mean, who knows? They all kind of look alike.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. They all got that Michael look. Oh, you're absolutely right. But he was bad. He was badass, man.
Yeah.
Really.
Well, Freddie, I'll contact him for you. And then while I got this open real quick, everybody's just kind of blown away that you're on the show. We got Christopher, Mark, Omar, Lawrence, Tonita, Johnny Dale, and Deborah Raymond all just recently jumped on board. We got some Bible verses here. Oh, the woman was the poorest and gave all that she had, was a couple of coins. Okay, well, what's the story? Oh, it's a synoptic gospel, Mark 12:41-44 and Luke 21-14. With Jesus in the temple and the Gospel of Mark. That's a lot of reading right now. We'll look it up. Anyway, so all those people are joining, and they're just here to see you guys. Now, so we got the code thing. They can send it now. They can do the money as well. But if they wanted to actually ship jackets, like I have some people here, I think it was Deborah that asked, yeah, she did. Debbie Hammeris. I'm sorry, I just butchered your name. I'll just call you Debbie. She wants to know if we can do a coat drive for you. So I don't know where she's located.
You know what? Tell her that we, regardless of where you are in the United States on the planet, they will have our blessings. Tell them that we just need to know who they are, where they are, however that we could correspond with them. I tell you what, you let your listeners know this. This is how much, and I have the utmost love for you, and I honor you as my dear friend, is that we would have you as our spearhead for your listeners. And we will do things that we can meet and greet or correspond with them directly, that I can send them a thank you, be it a picture, something. Matter of fact, I can maybe even get my wonderful, talented, unbelievable Julian Morgan to get a picture that he can sign and be a part of giving, to help you with some coats and those that will do that. I mean, because his album is going to, you know what? His album, I believe, will be noteworthy in the industry.
Well, then I would like to, because I'm a promoter up here on the mountain. You good with bears and elk and deer and black stallions and UFOs and Bigfoot?
UFOs and
we got it up here. We got it all up here. But maybe because that was some of the other questions was, when are we going to get you up to the mountain, Sir Earl? So I'm thinking we get you guys up here for a little promo, maybe.
I tell you what, right now. What we'll do is try to put something together that we can come up there and do a song while we're up there.
Okay.
Songs.
Oh.
Places that we can, in a studio that we can be in and be comfortable with, and have a place that we can stay and work. And even if it's just for, one would say, almost a week or no more than a week, that we can do one song, if not two, that we can put there, and we can make it right. I don't know. I'm talking with my heart right now, but I have to discuss. I can't.
We're just throwing ideas around.
Him and Leo and Eric and all that. We got this. I have to. It's not my saying myself. So, but I believe that there's something that we can do. And if there's any other place, state or city, that we can go in your town too and get love like we get from Doc here, that we can actually write something and do something there too. I think that would be a wonderful human interest story.
Honestly,
Well, I am working on building a studio. Once that's available, you will have a key to it. All right.
Oh,
I'm definitely
but I got to get it built first. I'm just slowly building my little empire up here, up on Mount Olympus, as I call it. But yeah, I would really like anything for a weekend. Maybe we bring up a track and we have you perform at the local place up here. If you want to do a little something bigger, I have access to the casino up here for the big conference center.
Well, I tell you what, so that if we can come and even do some shows, be it that Julian and Jay can do a show, I can do. I'm still working with different bands and put a band together. And actually, I'm doing a show for the Yellow Rose Gala in April the 13th at the Renaissance Hotel in Dallas, which is for MS. You understand? And it's going to be nice. It would have been nice if you could have come, in April and let your fans know and friends know.
This wasn't public till right now, but I might. I really, really like it here, but I might make a trip back home, so we might be able to sit down and have some coffee. I'm starting to get a lot of calls. People, this is for a motivational speaking thing, which I've never done. Anyway, it might bring me home for the weekend. We'll just say that.
Okay.
So we have that to look for. I actually tried to get a hold of you. I came up there at the end of October for my birthday, and I was trying to hunt you down.
Oh man,
it's all good. Everything.
I I don't even think I was there. And actually, I wasn't even at the house then, you know?
Yeah, and I wasn't aware of that, I'd just been
Yeah.
so crazy busy trying to do all these things. So, um, let's, I don't know how much more time I've got on this conference webinar, but Julian, let me ask you, so you got this one song you worked on the video today.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So how many, are you coming out with just a single, or are you coming out with an EP, an LP? What are you doing?
Well, as of right now, I got a bunch of songs that, that mean a lot to me that I've come up with, but we're trying to figure out how we're going to bring them out. You know what I mean? As far as whether we're going to put out a couple singles or we might throw out the whole album, we're trying to make the strategy, but right now it's just more of, okay, let's get all this content together. Let's get these videos done. Let's let's start creating more stuff and trying to make the whole vibe before we just start throwing out music. Because a lot of people nowadays, like people my age, they just start throwing out music like there's like what you were saying, quality.
Yeah.
I believe in quality over quantity all day.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm not gonna just be throwing out songs just because I can throw out songs. You know what I mean? So I want to make sure there's a lot of quality. I want to make sure every single video that I have is quality. Anything that you guys see from me is quality. And
you're just in Atlanta right now?
No, I mean I'm from New York.
It's from New York.
Yeah.
Okay, but you're in Atlanta right now.
Yes. Yeah.
Matter of fact, he has the dancers, the choreographers. He's been working on. It's been actually like a boot camp that he's been at.
Okay. Because I've got
dancing and all that.
Because Earl, you and I, we understand each other when it comes to music stuff. I need to hook him up with two specific individuals up here. One is a young rapper who I don't like rap anymore because of that, and it's just crap. This crazy white boy is deep.
Wow.
And his stuff is meaningful, and he's like Will Smith. He believes you don't have to curse to sell a track.
Exactly.
Okay. I have more respect for people that can do a song without, degrading people and women and women degrading themselves, which just, I don't, that's a big problem with our society, is that is no help.
Yeah.
But BRIXX, BRIXX, I've shot a couple of his videos.
Okay.
Really deep. I'll send you guys some links, but I would like you to meet with him. And then I got a female artist who I think you remember we played before the show came on, Tyler.
Yeah.
Tyler King.
Oh my gosh.
Tell her I said, long live the king.
Oh wait, she's probably watching right now. All red
No,
is.
I said, long live the king.
Yes.
Oh, that Sir Earl Toon said, long live the king. For
Awesome.
sure.
Well, she's probably jumping up and down like girls will do. She's probably watching this free, and God bless her. I love her. And also go check out her website at A Girl Named King, KING.com, and check out her videos and stuff.
I love her lyrics.
Huh?
I love her writing. I love her lyrics.
Oh, good. And she pops them out. So if we could do something where you guys could come up for a weekend, I can introduce you guys. We can have a little jam session, see what magic comes out. If the altitude up here, we're higher than Denver, so things are magical. Clean air. Oh yeah, we got a ski resort, Sunrise Ski Resort, right down the street.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you snowboard?
Honestly?
Oh, I was talking to Earl.
Earl.
Give me a big bucket.
I gotta see you do something like that.
Give me a big bucket.
Right?
Give me one of them big buckets, one of them big saucer things.
Your roommate has been a fun background all night. Or the guy walking around in the back.
Oh, that's Eric.
Oh, okay. So, all right. Well, where else were we going with all that? So yes, I want to get you guys up here for a weekend. We could do a little premiere of your track. Definitely get you on the radio stations up here to do some interviews. And also the Sunrise Ski Resort. I haven't spoken to the new team, but they just got a whole new team of people. They're trying a new management, and they're bringing bands to the ski resort to perform, indoor and outdoor, I think. So that's something. When you come to Arizona and you're thinking of a tour, don't just restrict yourself to the big cities, because there's some amazing towns and cities that have a lot of people.
Well, tell them that Mr. Celebration, which they call me, if they really want some good old school up-tempo music and some love-making music and some fun music to dance to. Tell them to get in contact with you and we'll work it out.
Excellent.
And I'll see if I can, if he has the time, because his schedule is going to be so crazy that I can have him come in and do a few songs with me on the stage in his own, and we can work things out.
Well, also, like, remember, I'm also the film resource coordinator for the Arizona Film Commission. So if you want to come up here and you need some beautiful scenery with evergreen pine trees and mountains and lakes,
I love that stuff,
and
right?
outdoor stuff,
Oh man,
we've got all that. And here's the thing, I can offer no film permit fees. So we can come up here and just film, spend a whole week up here, get some really cool, like, I wouldn't say as far as Justin Bieber going to Antarctica in his underwear, but you know, you could do some cool stuff up here.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's pure beauty. I think that would be a great concept, showing you getting back to the roots of real music.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody does stuff in the streets and in the alleys and with the cars and with the entire neighborhood hanging out, doing the hand signs, you know, or if it's the R&B stuff, it's always the same sex scenes, you know, really just sensual. And
yeah.
Am I going the wrong way, sir, Earl?
No,
I was all right.
Yeah, no.
I was like getting in it. Yeah.
I crossed the line.
Oh, tell your listeners I said to get some seedless grapes.
Yeah.
Like these.
Okay.
Or red grapes, whichever one you like. Tell them I said to put it in the freezer.
Okay.
Wash them off and put them in the freezer. And let them stay in there until they're almost frozen. If not, if you may like them, they're frozen. And tell them that they won't be able to stop. Tell them they're candy.
Really? Well, heck, I'm gonna go to Walmart, pick some up.
It's so cold. It's so good.
It's the trick.
I'm like, all right.
He said, what? I said, believe me. And they're like candy.
Oh yeah.
Unbelievable candy. Tell them tell them the Sir Earl Toon's bunch. Tell them to put that together.
Is that in your recipe book? Which you need to tell people about your recipe book.
Oh, well, I'm going to be doing another one. The old one was done years ago called A Musical Feast, which not everybody, but for the likes of.
Do the name drop. Come on, because you had a huge list of stars in that.
I know, it's a lot. I mean, from old school, from Whitney Houston to Paul McCartney, from the Beatles to Aerosmith. I mean, to my gosh, I mean, so many people, from Madonna to Seal to Frank Sinatra, one of the last things that he did back in the day, to oh man, I mean, it just the Grateful Dead, B.B. King, Hootie and the Blowfish. I mean, yeah, I mean, there's so many wonderful people, you know. The Rolling Stones, Mick Jagger, Keith Richards. You know, that's what I'm saying. It's so many, and I'm just there. My little self is in there doing my little recipe. You know, my grandma's swordfish steaks.
We need it when you come up here. We need to have a sit down on the couch and just get go out and buy like 8 hours of digital data and hook it to the camera and just let you go on your road tour stories. That's what I think would be so exciting, is all the stories with all the bands you've been with and performed and partied and worked with and wrote with, and the fact you've been with almost all the major record labels, if not all.
I've done some.
You have filled up your pie with everything.
Tell your listeners for me, back in the day when dance music was really, really, and it's coming back now. Well, look for a song by a group named Candela, Candela. They can find it on YouTube. And the name of the song is called Love You Madly. CANDELA dash love LOVEUYOU Madly MADLY, and tell them that look for the long version, and tell them that I said that I love you all madly. I do love you madly, and that's a gift for me to them. And it, hopefully they'll call you back and say they had a fun time dancing to it.
Yeah.
It's old school, but I think that they'll like it. I do.
We need to, I think we need to reel it back from where everything's progressing. I think we went a little too fast the past few years, and feels like just the industry, not just music. Now, like I say, I'm in the entertainment industry. I do movies and video. Not all of it's bad. We have good musicians, we have good actors and directors and producers, but there is a dark side, like in any element, any sports, any business, corporation. But that's why I moved up here on the mountain, so I could find amazing talent like he has with you, and nurture them and help them grow and take the right paths. Help them be aware of the pitfalls that most people don't even know. They just think, oh, I'm going to be a star, and that's how it's going to happen, because it happened for Brad Pitt because he has good look. No, there's so much involved. And then also be there to encourage them to not give up, because that's the biggest thing. And how old are you? Do you mind me asking? How much? Or how? 22. Okay. So you're just a young whippersnapper, thinks you're a man, right? Well, it is hard work. It's going to be a lot of hours if you don't know already. But you, like I said, you have the best Mr. Miyagi by your side, and he is not going to lead you the wrong way at all. If not, he's going to show you the VIP lanes.
Mm-hmm. But guess what? In his defense, Doc, I promise you, this young man gets up 5. We can be in the studio working till 4 and 5 in the morning, and he's back at the gym. Tell him what time you're at the gym.
I'm gonna wake up at 7:30. Yay!
Be in the gym with the trainer. It works for. Tell him how many hours you do that.
I do it for 2 hours, then I come back for like a half hour, then I got dance for like another 8 hours.
Right, and then he's putting things together. Then we're in the studio again, and then we're right. Yeah, this is.
I don't sleep or take naps. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, believe me, I know.
Yeah, but there are times that I have said to him, respectfully, I need you to get your rest.
Yeah, he needs me to.
You
need to be bright-eyed. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And I don't want him to look worn out because of him wanting it so much and working it so much that when he gets it, he looks tired. No, we see, because even what they say, all work and no
play makes something a dull
boy, right? Something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. I get all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy or something like that. Well, I don't make Jack was with the J. I don't want to make Julian with a J. Nothing wrong about him. You understand what I'm saying? I want him always sparkling. You understand? I mean, I want him always shining. Fresh. Oh man, fresh out of grandma's oven. Woo! You know what I'm saying? I mean, like it's good. Can't wait for it. You got to cool off. He said, "No, okay, mama, boy, leave that alone." But no, what I'm saying, yeah, man, yeah.
Wow. Well, I look forward. We're gonna call it here, but I'm gonna keep you guys online. Okay, so don't hang up.
Okay.
All right, and then we'll do the after chat. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, Stock Skinner with the legendary Sir Earl Toon Jr. and his protege. I guess I could say that.
Yeah, you can say. Yes, you can.
Yeah,
I'm very proud of him. Yes, you can.
His Daniel son.
But again, he has put work in himself over the years, and the help of others too. And I always say that because you never forget those that have helped you to go up on the line. Matter of fact, what's Eric's last name, man?
Safolia.
Huh?
Safolia.
Eric Safolio. Eric Safolio has been very supportive and loves him. And so I got turned on to him by Leo Jackson, and that said, look, you got to help me with this kid, and he's fantastic. And there's others that even from him being in his school, from his mom and dad, his mom and dad put their foot in it and said, look, this guy was an athlete. No, look, understand something. Everything he does, he does. Tell him how you broke your hand. Tell him that story.
I actually used to play football when I was like growing up and everything. Like I said, I always loved music, but I didn't really get into it until like they messed up my schedule. You know, it just happened. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was more of like the sports, play football, basketball, track. Like that's kind of like what I was into. And then, you know, one day on the field, I broke my hand. And then my mom was like, you know, I've been paying for your piano lessons since you were a kid. I mean, I'm not going to be paying for lessons and you go out there and hand. So it's either one or the other. And I was like, you know, piano's my baby. You know, like music just, there's nothing like it. I mean, I love football, but
that's God. It's a God nod, as I call it.
Yeah.
Right.
He was telling you, you were doing the sports thing and whatnot, but something was like, nope, not your time. This is your time now to do this. It's all about his time, not our time.
See, and again, now watch this. And the point that I'm making is that even then, his mom and dad, respectfully, his dad and mom, them both said, hey, look, here's something that's an opportunity for you. Remember, trumpet was before, am I correct?
No, piano was first.
The piano was first, then it was trumpet.
Then it was trumpet, yeah.
Okay, then we'll go count the trumpet.
Then trumpet was trombone.
See,
and then
trombone,
the French horn.
The French horn. So what
the vocal was kind of like dwindled through things.
Yeah.
You know?
the point that I'm making is that it's so very important to know that there was so many on his journey that pushed him right along and pulled him right along and showed him from certain things and spoke to him before. And so for him to have the heart that he has and the love of the art that he has, the respect of the art that he has, the mindset that he has, and more importantly, the spirit that he has to be one of the best, if not the best ever. Again, I'm just there just to move certain things from him however I can, or to show to give the gifts that Otis have helped to give me to share. You know, so
it's all about paying it forward.
Yeah.
Remember that, Julian.
Yeah.
Well, guys, we're gonna call it because I think we're at 2 hours. Was there anything else? I know. Was there anything else that you wanted to? Yeah, because
yeah,
I think we started at 8:30, didn't we, or was it 9?
I don't know. I think it was 9. No,
well,
guess what? Remember, so guess what? There's one more thing I want to say, man.
Yes.
Is that sincerely, I honor you as my dear friend and my brother, and I love you. And I'm so happy to see you and to know that and I always used to say the best is yet to come, but the best is not yet to come for us. It's already here. When we woke up this morning, that was by God's love and grace given us. Mm-hmm. He's with us right now. So the best is with us right now. And I want to say to you, thank you so very much for sharing your gift with me and with Julian and he with us and your unbelievable fans and that are there, you understand, listeners, because guess what? Their gifts and our gifts is the gift of time that God has given us, and we're sharing our gifts with each other. I want to thank all of them. Thank you so very much. I'm Sir Earl Toon. We love you. Don't we love him?
No, we do love him.
Believe me. And we love you too, now.
Man, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for coming on the show. And like one last time, the web address is give a kid a coat, right? A coat.
Give a kid a
coat.org.
Yes.
All right. And also on Facebook, you can look up donations.
Right.
You can do that. And then you also have Julian. Now, what's your Facebook website?
Facebook, you can find me at Julian Morgan Music. On Instagram, you can find me at Julian Morgan Official, and I have a website, julianmorganmusic.com.
Excellent. And when do you expect the first track to come out?
Actually, over the next couple months. I'm probably gonna drop 2 songs. That's what my plan is.
Nice. Well, let us know when you're coming to AZ. like I said, I've got some amazing talent that's hidden up here, and I'm really working on making this mountain, like, I don't want to say the next Nashville, but something to that extreme, that when they think the White Mountains are like, oh, that's a mountain full of talent. You see what I'm saying? And so, and then when the school gets going, have you guys come and do like speeches or teach kids something.
Oh, no, that'd be fantastic. Matter of fact, before I forget, SirEarlToon.com. You can go to Mr. Celebration. That's Instagram, MisterCelebration. On Facebook, of course, Sir Earl Toon, and also on Facebook is Earl Toon Jr. EARL space TON space JR. And the other one, just tell them to Google Sir Earl Toon.
And if they want to book you guys for something,
which one? Definitely. Matter of fact, you let them know if they want to book anything, especially from your show and your listeners, because I would do everything I can to also share with you, because that's the kind of man that you are, and you're good, and you are worthy of everything that is good. I would do that through you with them.
YMO, brother.
You know it. Yours, mine, and ours, baby.
That's right. Love it. All right. Well, Julian, it was a pleasure to get to meet you, and I look forward to working with you in the future, having you guys come up here for a break. Just get some fresh air if you want. But definitely think about some cool video. Michael Jackson did it in the woods. Of course, it was Thriller, but it looked good.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. Hold on. I'll chat with you after I disconnect, okay? So I'll see you guys in just a bit.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sir Earl Toon and Julian Morgan. All right. All right, folks, that was an amazing show. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. There wasn't a lot of questions, just a lot of comments. They were just about grapes and how you're excited. There's a whole bunch. I got to go back and look at it. Thank you for sharing this time with me. I'm glad it was something more uplifting and fun, exciting, not like just the news. But like I said, I want to trade it up. So I got more people coming. I told you I got some big people coming. So I'll be back on Thursday, actually. Yes, Thursday the 20th with amazing mind of our time, Josh Toms, who is out of Colorado. He was with the Nikola Tesla Science Society. Kid's brilliant. He's going to talk about some stuff that's going to blow your mind. We're talking the real Star Wars 4 stuff going on here. So, all right, I'm done. I got some after hours chatting to do with my buddies. I will talk to you all later. Ciao, Bella.